Welcome to Red Story. Subscribe so you don't miss new stories as we navigate through life's complicated twists together. Your thoughts and advice are also important, so feel free to leave comments. Let's discuss and support one another. My wife left me for weeks and admitted to cheating on me for 4 years because she was bored and now wants me back. Pretty lost with my current situation, looking for any sort of insight. My wife, 39F, and I, 40M, have been married for 17 years. We have 3 daughters, aged 15, 13, and 11. We're high school sweethearts and have been together for about 23 years now. I know almost nothing, but here's the only information I have. My wife came home 3 days ago from work, frantic and emotional. She hastily packed an overnight bag and left. I'd only know this because our oldest daughter was home at the time and witnessed the whole thing. My daughter tried talking to her, but my wife was crying, distraught, and didn't speak. She seemed almost in a panic. Since then, she's not responding to any of our texts or calls. I contacted her parents right away, and they eventually responded, saying that my wife was safe with them and asked me to be patient and understanding. That's all they said. I also contacted her brother, her sister, and one of her close work friends. Her brother said he knew nothing, and her work friend mentioned that my wife was at work in the morning but left by lunchtime 3 days ago. That's all anyone knows. It's been 3 days now with no contact from my wife, not even with our kids. No one is telling us anything. Here I am with my 3 daughters, trying to manage without her. The kids keep asking me what's going on, asking about their mom, and all I can say is that she's at grandma and grandpa's and that we're supposed to be patient and understanding. I have an overwhelming urge to pack up the kids and drive over there without warning. It's only 3 hours away, and sitting here in limbo is awful. The kids think we had a huge fight and are getting divorced, but that's the farthest thing from the truth. We never fight. The kids know this. I don't know what's going on, but I need some logical perspective. Why would you ghost your family like this? Update 1. Last night, I didn't sleep. My father-in-law didn't call me, so I eventually contacted the police to do a wellness check, as many of you suggested. This caused a storm of issues, but I found out that my wife has been having an affair for at least 2 years, likely longer. Everyone was correct. The man she was having the affair with had a heart attack on Tuesday and passed away that night. It seems my mother-in-law and probably my sister-in-law have known about the affair and have been covering for her. Still no contact from my wife, not to me or the girls. Trying to keep this from them for now. Honestly, I have no idea what to do from here. That's all I know, and it's enough to be the end of me. Update 2. It's been just over a week since my D-Day, and I've learned that my wife's affair lasted well over 4 years. Still no exact timeline. Yesterday, my in-laws made an impromptu visit to see their grandkids. My wife has been crashing at their house since this nightmare began, and they wanted to talk. My wife wants to come home but fears the backlash of her actions and is afraid to face what she's done. Her parents dug hard to find out whether I planned on divorcing her and tried to sway me toward forgiving her and rebuilding the marriage. I lied and said I wasn't sure, but I fully plan on divorcing her. I want her to sit in front of me and explain everything. Legally, I can't stop her from coming home, but I made a demand. My wife can come home if and when she sits down with me in person, looks me in the eyes, and reveals everything about her affair, answering all my questions. Then she must sit down with the girls, apologize, and answer their questions too. Update 3. My wife came home yesterday. When she walked in, she tried to give me a hug, but I turned away. I asked her to tell me everything, but again, she wasn't ready. I told her I wanted a divorce. Her body language showed she had no idea how much I knew about her affair. She just stood there staring at the floor, saying nothing. I then explained everything I knew about her affair. I expected an emotional outburst, an apology, or something, but she just stayed silent. After what felt like an eternity, our oldest daughter stormed downstairs and lashed out at her. My wife quickly ran upstairs and locked herself in the bedroom. I heard her crying most of the night. Update 4. Last night, my wife finally told me everything about her affair. She admitted she had been cheating for over 4 years. It started out as an emotional affair and then became physical. Her sister introduced her to the other man, who was a higher-up at a company she wanted to work for. She confessed she had fallen in love with him and wanted a life with him. She admitted that the thrill of being with him was too much to resist, and that she was bored with our family life. She claims she ended the affair a couple of times but always went back to him. I asked her if, when the affair partner was alive, she would have chosen him over me. She hesitated, and that hesitation was enough to solidify my decision to divorce. Update 5. Last night, after weeks of cohabitating, I exploded. My wife grabbed my hand and asked if this was how I was going to treat her just because she wasn't ready to talk about her affair. That's when I lost it and unloaded all my pain and rage on her. For the first time, she broke down and sobbed, repeatedly apologizing. It felt good to see her hurt, but now I regret letting my emotions take over. She left for her sister's house afterward. My daughters suspect something happened, but I haven't told them yet. Update 6. This week has been awful. My wife keeps smothering me with apologies, and last night she asked to talk. She told me everything about her affair, saying it started 5 years ago. She claimed the other man promised her vacations, gifts, and an escape from family life. She says she never fell out of love with me, but I don't believe her. I asked her if she would have chosen him over me if he were still alive, and her hesitation confirmed my decision to divorce. We talked for hours, and I told her I wanted to move forward with the divorce. Now I'm trying to figure out how to cohabitate until everything is finalized. The pain is unbearable.